Have you ever stopped to consider the power of your words? In Don Miguel Ruiz's book, The Four Agreements, the first agreement is to be impeccable with your word. Being impeccable with your word means speaking with integrity, saying only what you mean, and avoiding using your words to harm yourself or others. Your words have the power to shape your reality, influence others, and impact the world around you. Imagine you are meeting someone for the first time, and they introduce themselves with a smile and say, "I'm excited to meet you." Their words can make you feel welcomed and appreciated, which can set the tone for a positive interaction. On the other hand, if someone introduces themselves with a frown and says, "What do you want?" their words can make you feel unwelcome and uneasy, which can create a negative interaction. Meet Sarah. Sarah had always struggled with self-doubt and insecurity. One day, she confided in her friend about her dream of becoming a writer. Instead of encouragement, her friend scoffed and said, "You're not good enough to be a writer." Sarah was crushed, and she believed her friend's words. She stopped pursuing her dream, and her confidence took a hit. Imagine you have a dream of starting your own business, and you share your idea with a friend who responds by saying, "You don't have the skills or experience to run a business." Their words can make you doubt yourself and your abilities, causing you to abandon your dream and settle for a job you don't enjoy. Sarah was crushed. She believed her friend's words and stopped pursuing her dream. But as time went on, she realized the impact of her friend's words on her life. She began to question why she allowed someone else's opinion to hold her back. Sarah realized that she needed to be the one in control of her life, and she couldn't let other people's words define her. Imagine you're in a relationship where your partner constantly criticizes your decisions and belittles your goals. Their words can make you feel small and powerless, causing you to doubt yourself and your worth. However, over time, you realize that you can't let their words control you. You decide to end the relationship and take control of your life. Sarah made a conscious decision to be impeccable with her word. She stopped using negative self-talk and started to believe in herself. She started to write again and eventually published her first novel, which became a bestseller. By being impeccable with her word and choosing to believe in herself, Sarah was able to transform her life. So, the next time you speak, remember the power of your words and use them wisely. Imagine you have a big project at work, and you're feeling nervous about it. Instead of telling yourself, "I can't do this," you tell yourself, "I am capable of doing this, and I will give it my best effort." By speaking to yourself with kindness and encouragement, you're more likely to succeed in your project and feel proud of your accomplishments. Do you often find yourself taking things personally, even when they're not meant to be? It's a common struggle that can lead to unnecessary stress and conflict. But what if there was a way to free yourself from this burden? That's where the second agreement from the four agreements comes in. Imagine you receive an email from a coworker with a critical comment about your work. Instead of assuming that they're attacking you personally, you take a step back and realize that their comment is about the work and not about you as a person. By not taking things personally, you can. The second agreement from the four agreements is to not take anything personally. It can be challenging to avoid taking things personally when someone says or does something that hurts us. Our natural reaction is to assume that the person is attacking us personally, but it's important to realize that it's not about us. It's about them and their own issues. Let's say your boss gives you negative feedback on a project. Your initial reaction might be to feel hurt and attacked, but it's important to consider that your boss's feedback might be about the project itself, not about you as a person. By not taking the feedback personally, you can focus on improving the project and achieving success. One way to practice not taking things personally is to cultivate mindfulness and self-awareness. When we're in a stressful situation, we can take a step back and observe our thoughts and emotions without judgment. This can help us realize that we have a choice in how we react. For example, if you receive criticism from a coworker, you can take a moment to pause and reflect on the situation. Instead of immediately feeling defensive and taking it personally, you can remind yourself that you have a choice in how you react. You can choose to respond calmly and professionally, and focus on finding a solution. The benefits of not taking things personally can be life-changing. It can lead to more harmonious relationships, less stress, and greater inner peace. By not taking things personally, we can avoid unnecessary conflicts and improve our communication with others. Let's say a friend cancels plans with you at the last minute. Instead of taking it personally and assuming that they don't value your friendship, you can choose to give them the benefit of the doubt and consider that they might be dealing with their own issues. By not taking it personally, you can maintain a positive relationship with your friend and avoid unnecessary conflict. Meet Sarah, a young professional who recently started a new job at a tech company. She's excited to be a part of the team, but she's also feeling anxious about fitting in and making a good impression. For example, Sarah might be nervous about meeting her new colleagues and learning the ropes at her new job. She wants to make a good impression and show that she's capable and dedicated. One day, Sarah overhears a conversation between two of her colleagues in the break room. They're discussing a project she's been assigned to and making some critical comments. For example, Sarah might hear her colleagues expressing doubt about her ability to complete the project on time or to the required standard. She might feel hurt and discouraged by their comments, and begin to doubt her own abilities. Sarah immediately assumes that they're talking about her and that they think she's not capable of handling the project. She starts feeling anxious and doubting her own abilities. For example, Sarah might assume that her colleagues are criticizing her work specifically, rather than the project as a whole. She might worry that she's not good enough for the job and that she'll be judged negatively by her colleagues. But instead of dwelling on her assumptions, Sarah decides to clarify things with her colleagues. She learns that they were actually talking about a different project and had no intention of criticizing her work. Sarah feels relieved and grateful for learning the importance of not making assumptions and seeking clarity. For example, Sarah might approach her colleagues and ask for clarification about their conversation. They might explain that they were discussing a different project altogether, and that their comments had nothing to do with Sarah's work. By seeking clarity, do you ever feel like you're not living up to your full potential? That you could be doing more or achieving more, but you just can't seem to get there? That's where the fourth agreement comes in: always do your best. In the book The 4 Agreements, author Don Miguel Ruiz explains that doing your best is essential for living a fulfilling life. It doesn't mean being perfect or never making mistakes. Instead, it means giving your all, putting in your best effort, no matter what the task is. For example, imagine that you have a big presentation at work. You know that it's going to be a challenging task, and you're feeling nervous about it. However, you make a commitment to do your best and put in the necessary effort to prepare thoroughly. When you do this, you'll find that you're able to deliver a successful presentation that meets or even exceeds your expectations. By putting in your best effort, you'll feel a sense of pride and fulfillment in your work, and that will spill over into other areas of your life as well. The benefits of always doing your best are many. By making the commitment to give your all, you'll find that you accomplish more than you ever thought possible. You'll feel a sense of satisfaction and fulfillment in your work, and that will spill over into other areas of your life as well. Imagine that you're a student studying for a challenging exam. You could easily choose to procrastinate or not put in your best effort, but you decide to commit to doing your best. As a result, you study hard, take good notes, and even seek out extra help from your teacher or classmates. When you do this, you'll find that you're able to achieve a higher grade than you would have if you hadn't put in the effort. By committing to doing your best, you'll feel a sense of pride and accomplishment, and this will boost your confidence and motivation in other areas of your life as well. By making the choice to always do your best, you'll find that doors start to open for you, opportunities arise, and success follows. When you consistently put in your best effort, people will begin to notice and recognize your hard work and dedication. For example, imagine that you're an aspiring musician, and you're working hard to write and record your music. By always doing your best, you create high-quality music that people enjoy listening to. As a result, you begin to gain a following, and people start sharing your music on social media. When you consistently put in your best effort, you'll find that success follows. Whether it's in your career, personal life, or hobbies, always doing your best will lead to greater opportunities and more significant accomplishments. In conclusion, the 4 agreements offer a powerful framework for living a fulfilling life. By being impeccable with your word, not taking things personally, never making assumptions, and always doing your best, you can transform your life and achieve your goals. Remember that the power of your words can have a significant impact on your life and the lives of those around you. By being mindful of your language, you can create a more positive and supportive environment for yourself and others. Additionally, by not taking things personally and seeking clarity when needed, you can reduce unnecessary stress and conflict in your relationships. Finally, by committing to always do your best, you can achieve more than you ever thought possible and live a more fulfilling life. So, take the time to reflect on the 4 agreements and how they can apply to your life. By implementing these principles, you can transform your life and create the future you desire.